Oh no. Oh hell no. Generation X. You guys really did live the life, didn't you? Don't be afraid to admit it. I know you did. I absolutely love taking a trip down memory lane. It's not really memory lane for me because I wasn't alive. But getting to see how you guys grew up, I love it. So today we're going to be checking out Generation Xers' homes and what they might have looked like back in the day. If you're new here, my name is Adam. Welcome on in. Please feel free to like the video and sub. That'd be great, because 70% of people who watch our videos aren't yet subbed. Maybe no one wants to sub, and I get that, but it would be great. If you want to sub, please do. If you don't want to sub, maybe change your mind. That'd be great. Let's jump in. The History Lounge presents Homes of the 70s.
In the 1970s, our homes weren't just places where we lived.
I know what you're saying. Has he paused already? I have, man. Okay, just look at that house, bro. How did we go from homes like this to the shit we have now, man? I feel like engineering and design, not engineering, but design has just kind of went downhill. You guys agree or not?
Where we lived. They were expressions of our individuality and personal freedom, featuring design choices that might be...
You know what? No, I'm saying no to this. This looks like this. Is that grass? It kind of looks cozy. I don't know about the grass on the stair. I don't know. What's your thought? There's too much green. There's way too much fucking green, man. Why is there curtains up here, bro? Why do we got curtains this high? What is going on?
Considered daring even by today's standards. Reacting against the cookie-cutter suburban homes of the 1950s.
Oh my goodness. Why do I feel like I can taste this room? I feel like this room tastes of like sherbet. You know, like that candy strawberry taste? Oh, that's kind of nice. Ain't gonna lie, man. Is it nice? I like it. It's got I feel like it's got personality. I feel like that's the word I'm looking for, bro. Do any of you guys have your bedroom like this? Be honest.
In the early 60s, the 1970s embraced experimental ideas in a rejection of uniformity and a celebration of individuality. Settle in for a trip back in time as we take a tour of some of the most iconic home trends of the 1970s. Some are forgettable.
Is that a TV? Why is it a circle? Or a ball? Huh?
We take a tour of some of the most iconic home trends of the 1970s. Some are forgettable, some are regrettable, but all are certain to bring back warm memories of the experimental spirit of the 1970s.
What an outfit. I missed...
Stepping into the living room of the 1970s, your foot would likely be greeted by the unique sensory experience provided by the soft, plush texture of shag carpeting. Thanks to advancements in the development of synthetic fibers and manufacturing techniques that made it possible to efficiently and affordably produce the long, dense fibers required, shag carpet...
Did this get you back and flatten him? Or what the absolute... What is this? That looks crazy. Can you imagine your kid running in here with muddy shoes on and running up your stairs to go to the bathroom? You got mud all... Oh, you're done.
Began making its way into homes across the country during the 1960s and 1970s. Of course, maintaining the look of this type of carpeting would require more than just vacuuming. Periodic raking would be required as well. And if you ever dropped anything like a pin or the back to an earring...
Is it really thick and long? I mean, that's... What? Excuse me? You know what I mean? Is it really that deep? Do you know what I mean? Like, look how wide he's pulling this grass apart, man. Not grass. Carpet, but it looks like grass. It looks like he's in a field. I just got a follow on Twitch from someone called Hung Like a Horsefly. You want to go and follow on Twitch, did you say? Well, if you want to join the community we got on there, there's a link in the pinned comment. That's not actually... I'm serious. Genuinely, somebody hung like a horsefly. Ain't lying.
You may never find it again. The 70s vibe didn't stop with the shag carpeting under your feet. It extended all the way up the walls through the extensive use of distinctly patterned wallpaper.
Oh no. We got the same wallpaper on the cabinet as the bloody wall. Oh, no, wait, is this a mirror? Oh, it's mirroring what's on the other end. Oh, never mind. I thought this was more wallpaper. Can you imagine coming in here either really drunk or really hungover? You're thrown up 100% of the time.
During the decade were colorful and bold, frequently featuring geometric patterns or floral and botanical prints. Colors were rich with a particular emphasis on earth tones like avocado green, mustard yellow, and burnt orange.
Is that Mars Attacks? I think it is. I'm pretty sure that's an alien, and then it is 100%. I don't know whether I really, really, really love these designs or I hate them. Honestly don't know.
Green, mustard yellow, and burnt orange. Sometimes the wallpaper didn't even end when the wall ended. It just continued across the entire ceiling as well. Some wallpapers incorporated outdoor scenes, aiming to bring the tranquility and beauty of nature inside. In decades prior to the 1970s,
That's nice.
the living room furniture might have been arranged to best facilitate conversation, with the small TV rolled off to the side or placed in a corner. With advancements in technology and the increasing popularity of TV in the 1970s, the television became the focal point of the room.
Oh, I love that.
No longer was it just an electronic device that could be wheeled around on a cart. The television was now a significant piece of home furniture.
Brother,
In the early
look at
70s,
that,
a
man.
decent 21-inch console color TV would cost about $500, which would be like $3,500 today. The wood cabinet
$3.5 grand for this. What? How? I'm sorry? How the bloody hell get away with that?
cabinet of the TV would have been selected to match the other furnishings in the room. Often, the top of the TV would have been used to display family photos or other knickknacks. Also located in the living room would be the console stereo. And I'm not talking about your older brother's Kenwood component system stacked in the case with the glass door. That wouldn't come along until the 80s.
What's this?
The 1970s stereo would be mounted into a long, low cabinet made out of wood. Doors on the front would swing or slide open, or
Can I just say I love that? Bring these back.
a section of the top would be lifted up like the hood of a car. Inside the cabinet would be a turntable, a stereo receiver, and an 8-track tape player, along with built-in storage for your records and tapes. 2 big speakers would be built in on the front of either side of the cabinet and would be covered by some decorative threaded fabric. As huge as the system would be, the only controls would be a radio tuner dial and possibly a bass and treble adjustment.
Guys, if you're watching this and you're from this era, and you have any of this, please do let me know. Or let me know down below if there's anything that's not in this video, what you guys had that isn't around now. Let me know. I want to know.
There was no graphic equalizer and probably only one volume for both speakers. Organs sitting along the wall. When I think back to the 1970s, I can remember organs being kind of a thing at the time. We had a Lowry organ store at our local mall, and there'd always be some guy in a suit playing the organ and enticing people walking by to come into the store and talk with a salesman. I'm not sure if organs were purchased as smaller alternatives to pianos, or if they only sold to
what's the
Lawrence
difference
Welk
between them?
fans. But I can see the appeal. Look how cool this thing is
That's
with all of those
awesome.
light-up switches.
That just
For
looks
homes
like the
that were
70s.
really trendy, they might have been lucky enough to have a conversation.
What is this? Wait a minute. What is going on? What is this? Is this a sitting area? What is this cushion? What are these small tables about? Because I'm so confused as to what I'm actually looking at right now. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot going on. Why we got stairs. Wait, we don't. Oh, this is a wraparound sofa. Oh, and then maybe they just reach up here to grab whatever tray they need. I don't know what's going on there, but we got stairs over here. We got the steps to come down. You can sit around, watch the TV, or someone's playing the organ. Imagine they have a big head and you can't see the TV and everybody gets a bit annoyed. And then we got like our turntables, and we got like what is this? A radio or something? Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
Pit. Now, these weren't simply the sunken living rooms that lots of homes had in the 80s and 90s. These pits were multiple steps down, integrated into the design of the room.
That's
and had
incredible.
comfortable seating lining the perimeter of the pit, creating a dedicated spot for gatherings and conversation. The middle of the pit often featured a low table or fireplace that added to the ambiance. While definitely innovative and unconventional, conversation pits could also prove dangerous for young children or elderly people. They're essentially a big hole in the floor without a railing. I'm sure they led to some unexpected injuries at those swanky 70s parties. And it's too bad, too, because they really looked fun.
Bring them back.
A form of an above-ground conversation pit, so to speak, might have been created with the modular furniture that was also popular during the 1970s.
What?
Depending on how you arranged these sectional pieces, you could create a nice setting for a group conversation, or if there's anyone you'd like to keep out of the conversation, like maybe your daughter and her dolls, Apparently, that can be accomplished too.
What the
Now,
hell,
for the
man?
super swinging bachelor,
Hey!
there was also the Playpen brand of modular
I knew it.
furniture. You can see it's no secret what they were selling here. And if you weren't swinging enough for the playpen, or swanky enough for the conversation pit, there's one more iconic sofa option from the 1970s.
What is it?
The hide-a-bed.
The what,
Couch
sir?
by day, guest bed by night. The sofa sleeper was the perfect piece of furniture for that era when relatives would come to town for a visit, but oddly...
These are still a thing. I mean, that's one right there, believe it or not. That actually folds down into a bed. I literally got one in the room behind me.
never considered paying for their own hotel room. Anyone who traveled to see their relatives during the 1960s or 70s has probably slept on one of these things at least once.
Brother,
And
there's
what
so
did you
much
use for a
personality.
blanket? Probably the granny square Afghan that was draped across the top of the hide-a-bed. Granny square blankets somehow seemed to find their way into every household and were usually found draped across the backs of chairs and couches. While kind of itchy, these blankets
Oh my
were good for
goodness,
wrapping around your shoulders.
oh nah, I know. Yeah, my eczema is flaring up. Even thinking about that. Nah, get them away.
Or throwing over your lap when the evening cooled down.
Get them away.
One room in every house that maybe fell victim to some of the most experimental decorating trends of the 1970s was the bathroom.
That just looks like
Let's start
sex.
with flooring. Specifically, carpeting the floor of the bathroom.
Oh no. Oh hell no. Oh, you know what? Remember I said earlier about designs went down? This is one that has not. Who on earth decided that it would be a good idea to carpet the bathroom, man? Can you imagine having explosive diarrhea? And hey, let me tell you something. Accidents do happen. It happened to me before. You know, when you come in, you run up the stairs and you explode. And maybe it goes on the floor. Who knows? And then in this case, it goes on the carpet.
Carpeting offered a way to extend the design aesthetic of the rest of the home right into the bathroom, all while keeping those bare feet warm and comfy. But why just stop at the floors?
Why is she wearing the same clothes? What? Why is she wearing literally the bathroom? You know what? Like, she is literally wearing what the bathroom's wearing, man. Look at the fucking... Not a green bathtub, too. Why is the toilet covered in grass? I don't know what is going on here, man. This is...
Other blank surfaces that could also be covered. At first, it was just the toilet lids that began to be wrapped in fuzzy covers.
Get them
perhaps
off.
with a matching floor mat. Then came coverings for the tank lids, and you know what? While you're at it, why not just cover the entire tank? The carpeting got so extensive that some bathrooms began to resemble the interiors of custom conversion vans of the same era. How many people remember the colored toilet paper of the 1970s?
I don't know why I'm
Colored
saying yeah.
toilet
I've seen it
paper
before.
offered a way to extend design choices, allowing homeowners to match their toilet paper to their bathroom's color scheme.
Oh, get away
Eventually, it was found that the dyes used in colored toilet paper contained unnecessary chemicals that could potentially harm the environment and septic systems, not to mention cause allergic reactions to people with skin sensitivities.
Okay.
The novelty of colored toilet paper soon wore off, and the colorful rolls were soon replaced by the practical white style that we still have today. Adorning the walls of homes in the 1970s was an eclectic selection of items that seemed to be everywhere.
This looks like a basement. This looks like your classic renovated basement that I've seen in videos before.
Back then, but are rarely seen today. One of these items was some type of multi-gauge weather station. Typically, this item had 3 dials, one for the temperature, one for the humidity, and one for the barometric pressure. While the gauges seemed
I nearly broke my own neck.
be functional, these things really served no purpose other than decoration. Fancy versions of this device were made of real wood, while many, like the one in my house, was only a wood veneer.
You had one?
Speaking of fake wood wall hangings, does anybody else remember seeing these battery-powered wall clocks paired with matching candle sconces? We had a set in our house for the longest time when I was a kid. When this set was finally taken down after several years of service, I remember the 2 dark green candles ending up in the trash, having never even been lit. It's as if
Why do people do that? Why do people get candles and don't light them? Why? They're literally there to be lit. It's like buying food and putting it in the fridge and never fucking eating it.
So accustomed to seeing these candles as mere decorations that no one even considered keeping them to use as actual candles. The rise in popularity of do-it-yourself projects and crafts in the 1970s led to a variety of homemade art pieces making their way onto the walls of homes. String art kits fit perfectly into this trend. String art used colorful threads or metal wire wrapped in one craft to make, and when it was done, it could go right up on the wall. Macrame was another popular craft that was found throughout homes in the 1970s. This creative art of knotting cords or string into patterns to form decorative items allowed people to personalize their living spaces through handmade crafts. They were used to make room dividers, plant hangers, window coverings, and decorative wall hangings. Of course, none more popular than the macrame owl.
I don't know, it kind of scares me, but why did those eyeballs look like real eyeballs, man?
The bedroom walls of teenagers in the 1970s were decorated by a new kind of art form, the Blacklight Poster. These posters often featured colorful images of rock and roll bands, famous musicians, or any other variety of psychedelic scenes.
I want some.
Blacklight posters were relatively inexpensive and could be purchased at several stores, though the best place to view them lit up by UV lights was in the poster section in the back aisle of Spencer's Gifts. Another poster that made it onto the walls of millions of homes in the 1970s was the famous photo of Farrah Fawcett in a red one-piece swimsuit. Farrah in her swimsuit became one of the most iconic images of the decade and a symbol of 1970s pop culture. This poster was purchased by millions of admirers and found its way not only into the bedrooms of teenage boys, but also onto the walls of their father's den. Well, at least it did in my house. If you enjoyed this video,
hey, if it ends up my wall, I don't want no one talking about nothing.
Your time travel journey.
Well, I feel like the thing I can take away from that is that homes have lost a whole lot of personality, right? I feel like that is the main takeaway from that video. Like, there's so much personality, so much going on, man. I don't know. But there's a but. The whole carpet in the bathroom, on the bathroom fucking lid on the back piece of the toilet. The toilet lid, sorry. I'm just glad that's not a thing anymore. Okay, I'm super happy that we've moved past that, but I can guarantee you there's people out there probably still got it, and I just wish them luck. But that was fucking fun. Excuse my language. That was fun. Oh my goodness. I am loving going back in time and seeing how you guys lived. And if you guys want me to do more of the videos, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like the video, but most of all, enjoy yourself. Goodbye.